what we have here is, a car club storage facility that is, two of our members have cars stored in here. Dale Tennant's one of them owns that beautiful 64 second flight car, to tell me, in the back. And Bob Sedlak owns the 76 that he's owned since new. And hasn't enjoyed it enough. And he also owns that beautiful Dodge convertible up on top. The facility belongs to John Canine, who also owns a Corvette, the yellow one out in front, as well as a couple of Italian cars that we might take a look at and drool over. This is basically a car storage facility and social club. So if any of you are in the area and are looking for a place to keep your cars, you might want to talk to John or Dale or Bob, and they can give you the lowdown on what's involved here. And you have access to the facilities, and I'm not sure if you've had a chance to look upstairs. We've got a party room there, and I was told there's beer in there and it was available to drink, so I haven't helped myself yet, but not a bad deal, we just come along with car storage. John, do you want to say anything about what's going on?
Thank you all for coming, very much, I appreciate it, and glad you could be a part of things. The Ferrari is kind of my ego out of whack in the front, but the yellow Corvette is really part of my life. That car was ordered when I played basketball at Ohio. I played basketball at Ohio and then briefly with the Phoenix Suns, but that car I ordered the last year I was at Ohio, and that's when the Flint plant went on strike. I've had 5 Corvettes. That's my wife's car, the one up at the top there. So this started a year ago, almost a year ago November, and guys, we were pretty much filled. It's small, I realize that. We were pretty much filled 2 months later, and what you see is a concept where I wanted everybody to be able to get their car whenever they wanted it. I know there's a lot of storage places out there. Most of them say bring it in November, we'll cover and pick it up in April. That's fine, but I wanted something a little different. We can actually get about 23 cars in here, but we do have to put some cars in the middle then, and then guys wouldn't be able to get the cars out. On Lapeer Road, on the corner of Lapeer Road and Walden, I've already met with the township. I have the property, 7 acres, and I plan on, and this could break down at any step, but I plan on having a restaurant there and a 12 to 14,000 foot storage area with a better, and my wife designed this up here, but even a better loft overlooking the cars, and then a row of offices around overlooking the cars. So just stay in touch with Dale. Dale's on board with me, and we're talking about it. But once again, thank you for coming, and thank you for giving me 5 minutes, guys. Hey, come back anytime.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thank you.
I appreciate you.
And thank you, Dale, for putting this together. Dale's our new activities chairman. He's replacing Dale Robinow, so he's got some big shoes to fill. It looks like he's up to the task. So thanks, compliments. Before we turn it over to Tom and get the real program underway, I wanted to just go quickly through our agenda for the upcoming year. We've got a couple of tech seminars coming up next month, and for the last Sunday of February and March, we'll have tech seminars down here in the Detroit area. If anybody else knows of any interesting venues like this that we could do something, let Dale know. The first weekend of June, I've just firmed up an appointment with Norb Tchaikovsky, and he's probably the guy most in need of Ritalin in this organization. Norb is one of these guys that, you talk about the people that can never tell you the time and just tell you how to build a watch. Well, he's done that with music. He got into violin playing when he was a youth. He makes violins. He got into, he became a certified yoga instructor, put his way through med school and ophthalmology school, and along the way picked up other habits, modeled airplanes, cameras, photography. He's got 200 Leica and Nikon cameras, and ultimately he got into astronomy, and he has a university-grade telescope in his man cave. I'm talking a dome that's on tracks with 5, including a 16-inch reflector that he can control from his desk in the house, and he can plot, to follow various, star formations, nebulae out there in the solar system. And he became a builder and built some furniture, started building decks and then built furniture, and he's got a complete woodworking shop. He's got a CNC router. He's got, all kinds of, all the big metalworking equipment. He's got, he started off with a lathe and a mill like most people do, and then he gets a shaper, and then he buys a CNC mill and a CNC lathe in his garage. He has an EDM machine so he can cut square corners into stuff. His wife became ill for a while, so he's bored. He teaches himself how to play guitars. That's not good enough. He's got to learn how to make a guitar. So him and a few other enthusiasts paid this Spanish master to come over from Spain to teach them. They spent 1 week together and built a Spanish guitar. And there's a lot more to making a quality guitar than any of you ever dreamed. He's got the routers and all the tools to do the inlays. And so I could go on and on. And he does have a car collection. He's got some motorcycles and some bicycles. So anyway, he's invited us to come up to his home the first Sunday in June. That's the weekend after Labor Day. And we're going to take a tour there. Memorial Day. After Memorial Day, yeah, thank you. Okay, somebody's paying attention.
He just did that.
So, and from there, we want to go to, he lives in St. Clair. We're going to go down to the River Crab for dinner. So it's the type of thing that, bring your wives type of an event. It'll be very interesting. The only problem I see with the event is that he's got so much stuff and so little space. Like to get up to the observatory, there's a little bitty staircase. So Captain Videos agreed to go out there, and we're going to videotape some of the equipment in action. So when you get there, we'll have a program on what you're going to see before you go and see it. Because not everybody can go up there and see the observatory at one time and have him talk to a large group. So it should be a really interesting road trip for us. So you might want to mark that on your calendar now. And bear in mind, he lives on a dirt road. You got about a mile of gravel, so we'll plan accordingly. Our chapter meet's coming up the same weekend as Father's Day, so we'll be at Stanford Chevrolet on Friday and Saturday for the chapter meet. Sunday is the Eyes on Design show at the Edsel and Eleanor Ford House again. And that takes us to the Dream Cruise. We're going to be fully subscribed for that. We've got a number of other clubs that have expressed an interest in joining us this year. And so don't have the specifics, but we're going to try to keep building on the program that Dale put together for us in the past. And we should have a great time there. And, the rest, keep your ears peeled. We got a lot of good stuff coming on. We got some fresh meat in the organization. It's good to get some fresh ideas and enthusiasm. So we're moving ahead. Last thing I was going to do is just remind you that our Vet Signal is in need of tech articles, and this is the time when you should all be writing them. I trust that you're all working on your cars over the winter, and you're working on some aspect of restoration, refurbishment. Take some pictures and write something up. It'd be nice if the editors had a bank of articles that they could pick from to put them in there instead of begging for them as our publication date approaches. So Tom Commandera has volunteered to help us out with that, and so he's going to be co-authoring or co-editing with Jim Santoro. So we're looking to try to get our publications back on schedule, but we need everybody's help to try to fill it with quality material.